Scottsdale, Phoenix.
Coming right up, another fun varsity sports show.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Hey, this is Sophie, and you're listening to my dad, Vince. Dad, you owe me $20 now.
Hi, kids. This is DJ Soulman from the Funk Junkies, and you're listening to the Varsity Sports Show with my man, Vince Delisio. And what's your last name?
It's Delisio.
Okay, that's right. That's what I thought. Yeah, right.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe, Phoenix, and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix.
This program is paid for by the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization, and its partners.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show, home of Arizona's youth, high school, college sports, and you, empowering education and enabling dreams right here on KDUS AM 1060 in Arizona. And now, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. My name is Vince Delisio, and I am live. I actually got in the car and I drove. I'm in Southern California. I battled the traffic and the elements, of course, being sunshine and 70 degrees, to get here yesterday. And why am I here? Why am I in Irvine, California? I am at the Great Park of Irvine, which used to be, once upon a time, El Toro Marine base. It was a Marine base, and then they turned it into a big park. And what a park it is! I mean, this place is unmatched anywhere in the country. There's over 100 acres of fields here, artificial turf, natural grass. It is amazing. And why are we here? We are here for a special event. And that event is a showcase. It is a California showcase, and it is brought to you in collaboration with the Terry Donahue Memorial Association Foundation. And it's a California showcase, and it is actually, it is beautiful. It is amazing. I'm actually joined. If you guys remember that name, Terry Donahue, once upon a time, he was the Dean of Coaches in the Pac-10. The Pac-10 at UCLA, this guy, when he was 70 years old, he looked like he was 30. And I'm sitting here with the guy's brother, Patrick Donahue, who is the director of this event, one of the directors of this event. And he's just an amazing human being. I'm going to introduce him. And I'm also going to introduce, we have one of our amazing broadcast team members who is joining us this morning from Gainesville, Florida. He is from the University of Florida. So we got both coasts represented. I'm on the West Coast. He's on the East Coast. Eitan Ohana. Eitan, how are you, sir?
Hey, Vince. I'm doing good this morning. Excited to be back. And definitely representing the East Coast. Hopefully going to represent well today.
I think you're
ready for a good show.
Yeah, you're going to do a great job for us today. And so thank you so much. And so as you guys know, we host a lot of student interns, credit-earning interns that cut their teeth in this industry, produce amazing content, and report and co-host for us. And Eitan is one of a handful of amazing students that are working with us this semester. But I'm sitting next to Patrick Donahue. Patrick, this is an incredible event. First of all, I want to thank you for joining us, and I want to thank you for allowing me to help cover this event.
Well, Vince, good morning, and Eitan, nice to meet you. And we're thrilled you're here. This is our 11th annual Terry Donahue Memorial California Showcase, and they're shocked I'm here this early. I wouldn't be here unless I was on the radio.
I know. They saw you walking up, and they said, "Oh my gosh, this is you met the over/under on this thing." And we had a bet. There was money in a pile here, and I don't know who got it, but whoever did guessed right. I guess.
If they've worked with me for a long time, I have a propensity to show up only when needed. So I'm usually a little bit late, so they always tease me a little bit.
Well, I'm 100% honored. So I'm going to turn it over to you to give us about a 2-minute elevator pitch on what this event is and why we're doing it.
So, Vince, this started my brother Terry, as you mentioned, longtime college coach, winningest coach in Pac-12 history. In fact, that record now will never be broken. He'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
But we were going to the Cotton Bowl. He was working. He was out of coaching and no longer the GM of the 49ers, and was doing the Cotton Bowl and asked me to come down. And I was in the real estate business and had a lot of bankers and guys that I did business with. So we went down to the Cotton Bowl and had a great time and had dinner with the National Football Foundation, the director of the National Football Foundation, Steve Hatchell.
Okay.
And Terry needed to do something. He wanted to give back, and he had some ideas. And Steve said, there's a program in Houston, Texas, that this high school coach has put together. You guys should go look at it. So 2 weeks later, the same group wanted to hang out with Coach. He was a character and a fun guy. And so we went down to Houston and saw the Houston Showcase. And this was now 13, 14 years ago. And I literally watched the years peel off of Terry's face as he walked the combine and watched these kids work out. And I said, this is, he's my older brother.
Right.
I said, he's playing too much golf. He needs to give back. And I had a full-time job. I'm running a big real estate company. And so we surrounded him with the business part of it, and he got all of his football people. And we came out and we did it for the first year. And we've done it ever since for 11 years now. And we'll have 400 athletes from all over California, hopefully some from Arizona and Nevada. And they'll come and work out for 50 community colleges, but more importantly, about 40 of those are 4-year colleges that play Division II, III, and NAIA football around the country.
Yeah.
And it's not California schools. There's not many of those schools in California. There's only about 35 of them west of the Rockies. But there's 450 around the country.
Wow.
So we go and we recruit those schools to come out, and we put on a very professional combine. The coaching staff is a who's who of former college and pro players.
You know who I saw here last night was Norm Chow.
Sure, Norm Chow was here.
I couldn't believe it. I thought, my gosh, what happened to where's he been? He looks like Terry in terms of what they're drinking from the Fountain of Youth. I got to get on whatever diet those guys are on.
I'll tell you, Norm does look good. He
does
look good. But no, this is a who's who of football in Southern California, and they show up to thank Coach for what he's done over the years, and just like Coach and our family, it's just an opportunity to give back. So we'll put through 400 kids through this program today.
Yeah.
And by all estimation, I'm a businessman, and I look at metrics and all that, and we'll source somewhere between 130 and 150 scholarships today.
Wow.
Over the 11 years, Vince, we've put 1,100 kids in school to the tune of $40 million.
It battles this whole NIL thing where they're saying that opportunities for high school kids have gone away. This organization battles just that and contradicts that statement because you're continuing to create opportunities for young people to move on. And by hosting these schools, we did an event last week out in Ottawa University, Arizona. It was about 150 kids. There were about 20 schools represented there. This is going to be 3 times as big and then some. But this is incredible. And I am just so fortunate and so happy to be involved to help promote this thing. We are so excited. Guys, we're at, those of you listening on the live stream link here within 50 miles of Irvine, California, come on out, the Great Park of Irvine, and it's a free event for kids.
This is totally and completely free.
Bring your cleats. Yeah.
For all participants.
Wow. Do they have anything for 50-year-old guys?
That eligibility ran out finally. The statute of limitation, Vince.
Unfortunately,
you and I are no longer. They're not interested in you and I.
Yeah. You're younger than me, I think.
No, I don't think so. I have a little bit of the Donahue gene, not much of it. But no, we'll have this. It's a great event. It's free. It's entirely funded by personal donations and corporations that we've sourced over the years. Yeah, costs us $200,000 a year to run the event. But we'll source today about $3 million in scholarships for these kids.
Guys, listen on through the rest of the show. We'll come back to this and continue to talk about it. I'm going to turn it over to some amazing content from our amazing team. Take it away, Aaron.
This is Alissa Firestone from Arizona State University reporting with the Varsity Sports Show, here to highlight a recent success story within the world of local college football. This past year, Jalen Herring, freshman starter for the league champion Maricopa Mustangs offensive line, stepped not only onto the field, but also into the hearts of the community, as he was granted the honor of being nominated for the Martin Luther King Living the Dream Award of 2024 by Governor of Arizona, Katie Hobbs.
As a football player, is really special because I get to be recognized as someone who's involved in community service and who's also an athlete as well.
A ceremony was held last month in recognition of Herring and the other nominees. Herring explained that he felt a wide range of different emotions while at the event.
I was going through a ton of emotions. I was feeling very excited for myself because I won something that's recognized by the state. I also would say that I was kind of feeling like just extremely glad to be receiving that award. It's not a lot of people receive the MLK Living the Dream Award on a yearly basis.
Herring added that managing a sport with community service was not easy. However, he was able to push through it.
It's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's a lot of time where you feel like you're super busy and you feel like you just don't have a lot of time to do a lot of other things, but I was able to balance it because I just was able to use my time wisely. I was able to not waste time.
For other football coverage and other sports content, make sure to tune in to the Varsity Sports Show. For the Varsity Sports Show, I have been Alissa Firestone reporting.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Movie Minutes. I'm your host, Christopher Strand of the Varsity Show, but you can just call me Chris. Today's movie talk will be all about King Kong. King Kong has always been quite a favorite to me, and I know I'm not alone in that department. This classic was released back in 1933, and it was pretty revolutionary when it first came out, as it was one of the earliest films to use stop-motion animation. It was an absolute success, considered to be one of the greatest monster movies of all time. It has also led to 2 remakes, one in 1976 and one in 2005. If you ask me, I personally like the 2005 out of the bunch. Fun fact, the movie was originally going to be named The Beast, but King Kong was chosen over it as it captured the absolute magnitude that the character simply emitted. Well, that's all from me today, folks. This is Christopher Estrada, hoping that you have a wonderful rest of your day.
What's up, Arizona? It's Ben Munaweera from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Arizona State University, reporting for you here on the Varsity Sports Show. At the All-Star break, the Suns have a record of 33-22, going 18-11 at home with a 15-11 record on the road. Led by their newly touted Big Three this season, featuring Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and newly acquired Bradley Beal, they've certainly put up the numbers so far this season, with Beal averaging 18.2 points per game, Booker averaging 27.7, and Durant averaging 28.2, the team's high. During the offseason, when the Suns began to make moves starting with guys like Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton, people didn't know who they'd get to help out their star duo between Booker and Durant. Acquiring Bradley Beal was their solution, but they needed more from the other guys they got or had already, other than Bradley Beal. Those guys are now unsung heroes, though, halfway through the season. Guys like Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, and Josh Okogie and Eric Gordon, with all of them averaging over 10 points per game as well. The Suns' biggest woes that they do need to handle going into the latter half of the season, though, are to stay healthy and close out games. 82 games is a long season, and injuries do occur, but the Suns' Big Three have only played 22 of 55 games together. That's gotta change. They're also ranked last in the NBA in total fourth quarter points per game, only averaging 24.7. They're also giving up 28.2 points in the fourth quarter, the fourth most in the NBA. At the end of the day, this team is loaded, and a big-time threat to come out of the Western Conference. And as every team have their issues, they can fix them. I'm excited to find out what happens. I'm sure you guys are too. Thanks for tuning in, Arizona. I'm Ben Munaweera for the Varsity Sports Show.
Listener rewards for you with the KTUS 1060 app. Download today to hear all of the national and local shows you love. That's the KTUS 1060 app.
APAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, APAC has you covered. Call APAC, AA-PAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase. Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbeterathletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind. Hey, local businesses, join the Varsity Sports Show and promote your business on our weekly radio show and game live streams. We have several options to promote your business affordably and reach our incredible audience. Call, text, or email us anytime if you'd like more information on joining our team. The Varsity Sports Show will work hard to promote your business through our audio and video platforms while also promoting all of our young people. 480-779-9437 or email us at varsitysportshow.com. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Have you downloaded the KTUS 1060 app yet? Download today and get all of your favorite local and national shows right on your phone.
It's time for Sun Devil Lacrosse Talk with ASU lacrosse coach Taryn Van Thof on the Varsity Sports Show. AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
All right, guys, it is that time. We are joined by ASU Sun Devil women's lacrosse head coach Taryn Van Thof. Coach Van Thof, first of all, welcome to the program. Thank you, as always, for joining us and giving us updates on the team. You guys are riding a little bit of a wave of success here early in the season.
Yeah, happy to be on, but it's been a good start to 2024. You know, we've had 3 home games and 3 successful wins. But I think, you know, the fun part is that it's been team wins across the board, from offense to defense to our sideline to our drawers in the center. It's been really fun to see everybody working together.
Coaching, aside from being a lot of X's and O's, it's managing personalities. And we wanted to talk a little bit about some of the new personalities on your team that came in the form of transfers. Anytime you bring in someone new, you're kind of, you know, you have a little bit of anxiety because you're wondering how exactly they're going to fit in. It doesn't seem to be a problem right now for you with the ones that you did bring in, that they're blending in quite well.
Yeah, you know, looking at those transfers in Shannon, Katie, and Lindsey, all 5th years, they all come from a championship culture at their previous programs. And so, you know, they've seen a lot of success throughout their careers, and they got to bring that in a form of leadership. And it's been fun to watch them seamlessly fit into our systems and our tactics. And, you know, they've bought in from the very beginning. With
them coming in and fitting in, how has it raised the level of, it's obviously raised the level of play with everyone else, but do you feel our practices even a little more competitive now? Is it showing up more in the games? What has the synergy been like with the rest of the team?
I mean, if you look at Shannon Ure, she she comes as the number 2 leading scorer in the country from last season. And so you talk about wanting to put the ball in the back of the net and the competitive level that brings. Our defense is just as eager to stop her as our offense is to generate with her. And so it's been fun to watch. We talk a lot about iron sharpens iron out at practice, and that's, our offense going against our defense. And so it brings a higher level of competition for sure.
I'm looking at your schedule right now, Coach, and you've got some big ones coming up. Some big ones. Next week you've got Michigan. You've got next weekend. You have a familiar program in the form of University of Florida, a place that you spent 6 years at. I know that you're not going to skip over any opponent. You're not going to look ahead, but that one in particular has to have some special meaning for you. What is that going to feel like?
Of course, it's fun to go up against and see Mandy, the head coach there, Mandy O'Leary. Every year, we got a taste of him last season in Gainesville, and now we bring him home here in Tempe. And so, it's exciting. You look at the personnel that they have, and now, having a year under our belt here, developing the personnel we have, it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a fun one.
And then, of course, you've got the rest of the conference and back-to-back games, SC and Stanford next month. No slouches, definitely not. You're going to be facing 2 of the previous conference champions in that, and so you definitely need to be on your game. Are you thinking right now, this very moment, that you are playing your best, or is there still some room?
Oh, there's definitely room. We talk about raising the floor game after game, and I think our athletes have done that. But we've got room to improve. Whether that's the competition level we play for a full 60 minutes, or whether that's minute details and execution skill throughout our games.
All right, there you have it, folks. ASU Sun Devil women's lacrosse head coach Taryn Van Thof. Coach, thanks again for joining us on the Varsity Sports Show. And Tuesday, big match against the University of Michigan out at Sun Devil Lacrosse Soccer Stadium, 3 p.m. start time. And then, of course, next Sunday, hosting the big one against the University of Florida. Coach, thanks again, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for having me. Go Devils.
Good morning, everyone. This is Quinton Wilson reporting from UNLV with the Varsity Sports Show. Today, we're diving into an exciting development as Sierra Vista High School in Las Vegas gears up for their inaugural appearance in the state championship game for Division 4A boys basketball. Now, the Mountain Lions, who boast an impressive regular season record of 22-9, secured their spot in the championship showdown with a hard-fought victory over Reno High School, clinching a narrow 52-49 win in the semifinals. Now, all eyes are on Sierra Vista as they prepare to face off against DeMonte Ranch, the Northern Region's number 2 seed in what promises to be a thrilling title clash. Sierra Vista's dominance on the court was exemplified by their commanding 11-point lead in the third quarter against Reno, a testament to their formidable rebounding prowess. Despite Reno's valiant efforts to narrow the gap in the fourth quarter, Sierra Vista's resilience shone through. Junior guard EJ Dakuma emerged as a pivotal player, delivering a crucial late-game basket to put Sierra Vista in the lead, followed by 2 clutch free throws that ultimately sealed their victory. Reno's last-ditch attempt to force overtime with a game-tying three-pointer fell short at the buzzer, securing Sierra Vista's place in the championship spotlight. Coach Joseph Bedowitz attributed the team's success to a stellar performance from the backcourt, singling out Dakuma and senior Kamari Taylor for their outstanding contributions. Both players showcased their talent with impressive displays, each tallying 16 points to propel Sierra Vista to glory. As the anticipation builds for the championship showdown, Sierra Vista High School stands on the brink of history, poised to etch their names into the annals of Nevada high school basketball lore. Stay tuned in as we follow their journey to potential glory on the hardwood. This is Quinton Wilson from UNLV, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show.
Hello and good morning to all of you tuning in this beautiful Saturday morning to the Varsity Sports Show here on KDUS AM 1060. My name is Nash and I am a student at Arizona State University studying sports journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This week I am bringing you all you need to know about this year's Cactus League spring training in Arizona. So without further ado, let's dive straight into it. We are in the first week of spring training with only nearly a month to go before the start of this year's regular season. For those who don't know, the spring training is the Major League Baseball's version of preseason games. The league is divided into 2 leagues, one being the Grapefruit League, which takes place in Florida, and then the Cactus League, which will be the point of today's discussion, which takes place here in our very own Arizona. The Cactus League takes half the teams in the majors and puts them in Arizona for the month right before the regular season. In Arizona, there are 10 stadiums spread along the valley. 5 of the stadiums are shared amongst 2 teams, whereas the other 5 stadiums are owned by an individual team. The Cactus League was officially established in 1947. The leagues were divided into 2 states where the weather was relatively warm in mid-February, so the teams could practice outside as well as play their games outside. The spring games have been increasingly growing in popularity, as during these early parts of the spring the weather is beautiful and it's a great family and friend idea to go outside and watch some baseball. One thing that proves this is also very interesting is that there are officially 23 spring training stadiums spread between Arizona and Florida. But not one of those spring training stadiums consists of having a roof, whereas the 3 major league stadiums all have a retractable roof. Those teams are the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Miami Marlins. As we close in on what was the beginning of the first week of this year's spring training, I highly recommend you go out and catch a baseball game. The tickets are cheap, the weather is amazing, and if you are lucky enough, maybe your favorite team plays its games closer than you think. This is also a great way to get into baseball if you have never really been a fan of the sport. Grab some buddies and go to some ballpark food and enjoy a beautiful Arizona Saturday. Even if your team doesn't play in Arizona, it's still a great idea to go check out a game. Go check out the MLB website or the Cactus League website for more information, including scheduling, stadium locations, and ticket sales. I would like to thank you all for listening in this morning and learning about spring training. Please stay tuned for more on KDUS AM 1060. I'm Nash Darragh, and this is the Varsity Sports Show.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another segment of Varsity Sports Show from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas with Diego Fernandez. Las Vegas women's basketball is coming off of a fantastic start over playoff victory against 8th-ranked Faith Lutheran by a score of 69-37. Centennial outscored Faith Lutheran in the first half by 31 points and even the score in the second half with an even score, making this game a dominant performance all around. Centennial has a record of 18-5 with a perfect road record of 7-0 and only 1 loss at home, with an overall record of 6-1 and a record of 5-4 at neutral sites. Their biggest impact player has been number 24 Nation Williams, star freshman that has been on top of the paint and is the key factor to the team's key success for the playoffs. Varsity Sports Show's very own Quinton Wilson asked on her thoughts of this week's matchup against Shadow Ridge, and she had this to say.
I'm feeling good. I have confidence in us, so I feel like we got it. We just need to play how we play and do our defense and just play together.
Regardless on this week's results, it is clear to say that Centennial has a dominant stretch for the next couple of years in basketball. From Varsity Sports, this is Diego Fernandez.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060, KDUS, Arizona. Vince Delicio live out at the great park of Irvine this morning in Irvine, California. I am joined by, you guys, I tell you what, we are so fortunate because we're surrounded literally by football royalty here. And one of the gentlemen, his last name is Camp. When you think of Camp, you think of Walter Camp, and that is this gentleman sitting next to me is the nephew of Walter Camp, but he's also, more importantly, in my opinion, one of the organizers of an event that benefits young people in this showcase. And Coach Phil Camp out of Texas. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Coach, talk a little bit about this event. First of all, with our limited time, and I apologize for that, it's an event that is happening in multiple cities for kids all over the country. What is the objective here today?
Objective is, if one young man gets to go to college to play football, continue his education, then we've done our job. We've got one kid out of the cycle. And that's why we started this 16 years ago down in Houston. Is I coached inner city Houston football. Yeah. And I wanted to break that cycle. Instead of kids not being able to go to school, I wanted them to be able to. So we started this, and fortunately, and with God's great grace, we've gone from a little bitty high school in Houston to having one here in L.A. We have one in Arizona. We have one in Phoenix. In in Miami,
Yeah.
El Paso, and then we're going to have one in Vegas. with the
Vegas.
Raiders.
Coach, this isn't fair because this is a free event. You are taking aim at people that charge for these events. How can you do this?
It's all for the kids, opportunity, and that's when you put the student athletes first.
Yeah.
That's when it comes out a whole lot better. When we started this organization, we always said we were never going to charge the kids and never charge the college coaches. And I guess it's gone pretty well. We've got over 9,000 kids that have gone to college in 16 years and $190 million worth of scholarships and grants.
This is amazing because you have captains of industry that are also involved here. And I mean, I've been talking to guys that are, CFOs, CEOs of different Fortune 500 companies that have latched on to your mission, and it's almost an emotional thing. And, it has just been an incredible event, and we're going to talk more about it as we go through. Coach, how does it feel to be the nephew of Walter Camp? Is that any pressure there?
Oh, just a little bit, especially, you get into the family business, and
I
followed him, and my dad was a coach, so it was a little bit tough.
Wow. Guys, stick around. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Saguaro SaberCat head baseball coach Joe Muecke here on the Varsity Sports Show. Don't go anywhere. Out at Irvine, the great park. We'll be back.
I'll turn those picks into gold. Wall-to-wall NFL coverage and the biggest stories coming to you from 3 to 5 p.m. The Rich Eisen Show here on KDUS AM 1060 and KDUS1060.com.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Hello, this is local voiceover model and former Daddy Yankee stunt double, Mario Malaby. Be sure to DM us your questions for Ask Lucas on Twitter. And you are listening to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Melendez. I am a senior at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism, and I am thrilled to join the Varsity Sports Show team as an intern for the spring 2024 semester, helping cover sports throughout the Valley. Can't wait to get started.
Check out the Doug Gottlieb Show, Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060.
The Varsity Sports Show presents the SaberCat Report with Saguaro High School baseball coach Joe Muecke. And now, here's a SaberCat Report.
We are back. I'm out at the Great Park of Irvine here in Irvine, California. Beautiful Orange County. I'll tell you what, I'm going to say this kind of quietly, but it doesn't beat Phoenix for sure. It's Vince DeLisio here with the Varsity Sports Show, joined on the East Coast by our very own Eitan Ohana from the University of Florida in Gainesville, which is also a pretty place. And we're joined on the line. We're kicking off our coverage of Saguaro SaberCat baseball with the one and only. He's played in the state championship game last year, and his name is Joe Muecke, and his men of character. Coach Muecke, welcome back. You ready for this?
Oh, Vince, I'm so pumped, man. Glad to be back and excited to get the ball rolling. It means it's spring.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is one of my favorite times of year, and I'm just excited, honored, privileged that we get to continue this run with you guys. We had so much fun and last year, and watching you make it get to that state championship game, playing a heck of a season, and things are definitely looking up at Saguaro for the baseball program. Eitan, I'm going to turn it over to you to throw some questions over at Coach Muecke. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Coach. So as Vince mentioned, you guys made the state championships last year. You guys saw a lot of success. Now you're early into this season. What do you want or think needs to happen for you guys to repeat that success or even get it further this time?
No, that's a great question. I think we truly try to just go back to the process, right? I know everybody's going to start coming with really their best shots. You're not flying under the radar when you had the success you had last year, and with the amount of seniors we got coming back, and you just try to keep them humble to the process. Any great program, it's hard to get to the top. It's harder to stay there, but you just have to go about it. It's your disciplines, it's your routines, it's your process to just the humbleness of this game that, you could feel great and coming off of last year, but that doesn't guarantee anything this year. So you got to go work hard for it and prepare accordingly.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned having seniors coming back. What would it mean to you to have those guys, end their careers with you, champions?
It's what you do this job for. This particular group is one that's been really special for me. They all are. But this group is just a really talented group that's given our program just a shot in the arm and taking us to the next level. And you definitely do this because of kids and because of the relationships. And this particular group, you definitely want to see them having that last game of the year with the final score in our favor and having them enjoy that moment. And even last year, you don't do it for the wins, but it certainly makes for memories that are a different kind. And so when the hard work it gives you the returns, that's what we all love to see, right? In any profession. So for these guys, you're definitely wanting it more for them, but you also separate the result from the process. Whatever comes of this, we still are enjoying every day of the ride here as we row the boat.
Yeah, Coach. This is something I like asking coaches, especially in the high school world. What's something that you personally or even professionally take or learn from being a coach of these young kids, of getting to mold them into, the next stage of their life? What's something that you take from that?
Oh, I love the perspective. This is this is a favorite question of mine. I love that you asked, just because it reminds me every day, we're learning something. There's so many values, especially in any sport, any competition, these intrinsic values that you learn, just how to be successful in this life, on this journey. And so I get reminded daily with these guys that we're not going to get it right every time. We're trying to be the best versions of ourselves. We talk about being 1% better, but these guys remind me of that. We're going to have great days. We're going to have days where we might have a little misstep, but as any hitter is going to tell you in the box, we're trying to be right once a game. That's kind of a mindset thing. And, if we're more than that, then we had a great day or what we consider a great day. But these kids just remind me of how humbling this journey can be when life doesn't go the way you want, or you're getting some waves of change, and how you kind of persevere through that and how you handle that is what makes you successful. And so these are just the day-to-day reminders that I love about just sports in general. But that I get to kind of build on these guys as they get ready for bigger journeys to the next level, professional careers and things of that nature that we can't control all the variables. We just control what we do as our process.
Yeah, well, Coach, thank you so much for your time today. And I really appreciate that answer. That I definitely, understand where you're coming from with that. And I think it's a really cool position to be in for you. So thank you so much for your time. And coming up next, we have Lauryn Abozeid's report on the new University of Arizona athletic director hire.
This is Lauryn Abozeid with Varsity Sports from the University of Arizona, and today I'm going to talk to you about the recent hire of the new athletic director. The University of Arizona confirmed on Monday morning that they will have a new athletic director. U of A has never had a full-time woman athletic director in their program. Desiree Reed-Francois has made history, and this is only her first week at the university. Reed-Francois has spent the last 3 years as head of the Missouri Athletic Department. At Mizzou, she did a lot of things that benefited their program, which include the hiring of Dennis Gates, head coach of the men's basketball, and the hiring of head volleyball coach Dawn Sullivan, who has a record of 109-38. Reed-Francois signed a 5-year contract, making $1 million in her first year, then jumping to $1.2 million in the 5th year, with the annual $250,000 from the UA Foundation. At a press conference held Tuesday regarding the hiring of Reed-Francois, UA President Robbins talks about the donors stepping up to help fund the salary of the new athletic director. In a press conference held on Tuesday, President Robbins said, "I'm incredibly grateful to all the donors who stepped up and made the commitments where they needed to do so we don't have to use the university funds." Reed-Francois also mentions in the press conference how she's going to turn around the U of A athletic department. "Challenges are opportunities," she said. She also states that they're going to dive into the budget to figure out where there are opportunities to grow and to do some data analytic work. Hopefully the new athletic director can live up to the new expectations that so many hold for her. Once again, I'm Lauryn Abozeid with Varsity Sports at the University of Arizona, and thank you for listening.
This is Mason Collins from Arizona State University reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. On February 17th, in-state rivals faced off yet again as the Arizona Wildcats went up against the Arizona State Sun Devils in men's basketball. Last year, Arizona State guard Desmond Cambridge hit a full-court shot with no time left to win 89-88, stunning the Wildcats in front of their home crowd. In the first game of 2 scheduled in a 11-day span, the Sun Devils were hoping to pull off their second straight win in Tucson. In the beginning of the game, Arizona State got off to an early lead, making 9 of their first 14 shots. Then, the game started to go lopsided. The Wildcats went on a 34-11 run to end the first half and did not look back. They went on to win the game by 45 points, the biggest margin of victory by either team in series history. The Wildcats had most success down low in the paint, outscoring the Sun Devils 52-16. Arizona State got in early foul trouble when Sean Phillips Jr. and Alonzo Gaffney picked up 2 fouls each in the first 6 minutes of the game. Both Phillips and Gaffney fouled out in the second half. Now they will play against each other for the last time in the Pac-12 Conference at Desert Financial Arena. For Arizona State to even up the score, it's most important that they stay out of foul trouble and not give Arizona any second chance points. Arizona's offense is difficult for any team to stop, let alone manage. Arizona is going to score points in the paint, it's just a matter of how many. But Arizona State can't afford to lose any players to foul trouble. Defense is still the best part about the Sun Devils, and they'll need all hands on deck to pull off the victory in front of their home crowd. I'm Mason Collins, and you're listening to the Varsity Sports Radio.
Hello everyone, this is Sammy Khalaf from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. Today's story will dissect longtime Camelback High School head football coach Brandon McNutt as he was recently hired to coach the Salt River Scorpions in the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference. McNutt became Camelback's head coach in 2019. During his tenure, he inspired players, students, and staff with his versatile skill set. In his first season with the team, Camelback went 4-6 and placed third in the 5A Metro Division. In his second to last season, the Spartans went 6-4 and placed second in the 5A Metro. In his last season, the Spartans went 5-5 and once again came in second in their division. McNutt was appointed as Salt River's new head coach on Friday. During an interview with the Varsity Sports Radio Show, he said that his mission is to provide kids with opportunities to receive an education and a career. McNutt also touched on being a junior college student and how it provides the opportunity to go to a Division I school. McNutt will also receive the chance to recruit kids on a national scale. In an interview I held with Coach McNutt, I asked him about his main mission for the program, and this is what he had to say.
Great. So I'm here to educate. I'm allowed an opportunity to really develop young men. So I'm excited. It's just another step.
McNutt also talked about a friend telling him about this opportunity and how it all came to fruition.
And he told me the situation. The answer actually was no at the end. I appreciate it, kind of deal. But I say, I tell you what, once I'm set, I'm good in my, my decisions. And I'll be honest, he got me to think about it. And especially if I know coming from my friend, I trust and have faith in this guy. This guy's been with me from day one. He's always.
And there you have it, folks. That was Coach Brandon McNutt, the newest head coach of the Salt River Scorpions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to this week's segment. I'm Sammy Khalaf with the Varsity Sports Show, signing off.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Vince DeLisio out at the Great Park of Irvine for the Terry Donahue Memorial California Showcase. Great reporting from our team this morning, and we've had some incredible guests. People are starting to line up here. This is, again, if you guys are just tuning in, okay, and you guys listening on the live stream link in Southern California, if you're within an hour of this place, get out here. This is there is going to be scholarships abound that are going to be distributed to high school senior football players that will be evaluated, that will be tested. This combine, they do a lot of tests that are very much in line with what they do at the NFL combine, and they have a big tent set up. There's going to be 50 college coaches from across the country, every level here, going to be distributing scholarships. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I'm going to do some interviews after we wrap the show, and we'll post them on social media with some of these guys. So, guys, when we come back from the break, myself and Eitan Ohana, University of Florida, will be back. We got an interview with Coach Lindsey Mahoney from Grand Canyon University Club, women's rugby coach. We got a big game today. We'll be back, ironically, versus UCLA. We'll be back. Go Varsity.
Bringing you the latest sports topics weekly right here on KDUS AM 1060 with me, the Doug Gottlieb Show, 1 to 3 p.m.
Hello, sports fans. This is Dick Stockton, and you are listening to Arizona's home of youth, high school, college, and you, the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
Hey, local businesses, join the Varsity Sports Show and promote your business on our weekly radio show and game live streams. We have several options to promote your business affordably and reach our incredible audience. Call, text, or email us anytime if you'd like more information on joining our team. The Varsity Sports Show will work hard to promote your business through our audio and video platforms while also promoting all of our young people. 480-779-9437 or email us at varsitysportshow.com.
Hi, this is Saguaro High School head baseball coach Joe Mickey, and you are listening to the home of the SaberCat Report, the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. Go Cats!
Hi, hey, this is Coach Bob Green. When I am not busier than a mosquito in a nudist colony, I'm listening to Vince at the Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
Hey, Phoenix, Doug Gottlieb here. I'm bringing the best sports talk weekdays to you, 1 to 3 p.m., right here on KDUS AM 1060.
All right, guys, it is time for, to talk about a little partnership we have with Grand Canyon University Club Sports. This is our second year, and we've had an opportunity to cover some amazing sports. And today, we're going to continue that run. We are going to be bringing you the women's rugby match this afternoon. Later this afternoon at 3:30, we'll be bringing you that stream as they host UCLA. UCLA Bruins will be coming to town and should make for a great match. And joining us on the line is head coach of the GCU Lopes Club women's rugby program, Lindsey Mahoney. Coach Mahoney, year number 5. How's it feel?
Hi, Vince. Thank you for having me on. It feels great. It's been quite a challenge, but it's been so fun, so rewarding. I can't believe that we're in year 5 and that we've seen so much growth in such a short amount of time.
Well, that's true. I mean, you've had a heck of a run, and that run continues. You're playing some top-notch teams. As we look back over the season, going back to last fall, some great opponents that you've hosted and that you've gone on the road to play. Any one of those games been very memorable, in terms of like where you had that aha moment and that told you, wow, we got a pretty good team this year?
Yeah, they've all been great in their own regards. I think overall what I've been most proud of is in the fall, I put the girls up against varsity level programs. So programs that are full funded by their schools and NCAA type programs. So we put ourselves up against the best of the best. And I saw the girls overall never back down from a challenge. And I think like the rugby's great, right? You can be a great team. You can be technically great, but if you don't, I guess, have that dog in you, so to speak, and you can't say yes to every challenge that comes your way, you can't really pull out the great things when those things are needed. So been really proud to see the girls' overall response to tough challenges in the fall leading up to our regular season here in the spring.
Well, let's look back at a few of those games. Here in the winter, you did a sweep of the two Arizona schools closest to us, ASU and the U of A, and sweep you did. U of A you defeated 59-3, and ASU was a 43-0 victory, and then you followed that up with a win over UC Santa Barbara, 64-0, and then played Brigham Young last week. As you look at those games and the development of your team, what stands out the most in terms of what you're doing really well right now? Obviously, scoring.
Yeah, I mean, scoring is just the outcome of trusting every little single piece of this game, right? To score in rugby, you got to be able to maintain possession for phase after phase and continue to go forward phase after phase. So it really comes down to the girls trusting the system and, more importantly, trusting each other to continue to maintain that possession, to put pressure on other teams to score those tries. So you can't have one individual or even 10 individuals or 15 individuals. You need 15 girls working as a unit in this sport. And I think that's what's been so great about this season is collectively how we're playing together.
When you look at this weekend's opponent, okay, today's opponent in UCLA, and you've been doing this long enough. You've seen these teams multiple times, so you get a feel for, their playing style, the coaches, and how they coach. What is it that comes top of mind with the UCLA Bruins?
Out of our entire D1 conference, I would say UCLA plays the most similarly to us. So you'll see a lot of passing, and you'll see them working into the wide channels, see them working into space. You'll see them kicking into the backfield a lot. So it'll be interesting to go up against a team that plays similarly to us. So we're going to really try and put that same pressure on them with the kicks, try and play wide, but also not allow them to do that same exact thing to us.
As we watch today's match, what should we really focus on? What should we look out for with regard to things that you'll be doing really well?
Something that I've been so proud of the girls this season is their creativity and their willingness to take risks, even if that results in a mistake. It creates really fun, exciting rugby. So watch for fun offloads. Also watch the girls support each other. I think that's the most unique thing about this team is how much they love each other. So look for smiles, look for big energy, and I think that's our secret sauce.
We love that. And in terms of names that we're going to call, who are some names we're going to go back to the well with repeatedly this afternoon?
We have a lot of seniors who have put some brilliant energy into this program over the past 4 years. It's my first graduating class, so look out for Maya De La Cruz, Didi Cilio, Eliza Iragola. But seriously, every single one of those girls brings something special to this team. So it's not one girl; it's all 15.
Coach Lindsey Mahoney, she is the head coach of the Grand Canyon University Lopes Club rugby team. Coach, thanks again for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show. Good luck this afternoon against the UCLA Bruins, 3:30 p.m. out at GCU Soccer Stadium. Looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. We'll be carrying the broadcast as well. If you can't make it out in person, tune in. The link is on our social media as well as Grand Canyon University social media platform. Thanks again, Coach.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Oh, amazing. What a day. What an incredible day. Not only I'm out here in Irvine, California. I'm going to be spending some time out here today, heading back tomorrow. I'm seeing a good old friend of mine and while I'm here. But this event at the Great Park of Irvine, there's over 100 acres of fields out here. And I'm looking ahead, about 50 yards in front of me, there is a line around the corner of kids that are waiting to check in to get to go through this combine, to go through this showcase. And the college coaches have already arrived. If you are anywhere near, within an hour of the Great Park of Irvine, you're here in Southern California, come on out. It's free. Bring your cleats. Bring your shoes. It is free, and you can be evaluated, and you can walk out of here. And I'm talking to you high school seniors. You guys can walk out of here with a scholarship in hand from any number of there's over 50 schools represented here from Division II, Division III, NAIA. Hey, money is money, and if you want a chance to play at the next level, and you're a high school football player, you've heard those stats. They say it's something like to the tune of, less than 1% of high school football players move on, and you could be part of that statistic to get that opportunity by showing up here. I don't care what they say about NIL and transfer portal. If you're a high school football player and you want a chance and you want an opportunity, you got to work a little bit for it, but it's here, and these guys have made it possible by making it a free event to get evaluated, and these schools are here for you. So come on out. God, what an incredible event. And then later this afternoon back in Phoenix, we are going to be on the call, the broadcast for the Grand Canyon University Club women's rugby team. They are hosting UCLA this afternoon, 3:30. We're carrying the broadcast. And I haven't forgotten about you, Eitan Ohana out of the University of Florida, Gainesville. Eitan, what reporting, what projects you got for us before the end of the semester? What can we expect to hear from you?
Yeah, well, I mean, working on packages for the show is always something I take very, seriously, because I feel like it's a great, privilege for me to have the opportunity to do this. So I'm always trying to challenge my creativity with my ideas and what I'm producing. So you can expect some great content, hopefully. I believe it'll be great.
I think so. It's been great so far, and you've been, you bring a very interesting spin to regional coverage and covering things going on your own campus out at the University of Florida, as well as things going on around you, on the East Coast. So it's been a lot of fun to hear and see. Keep it up. Great work. And, guys, we still have another hour. We are going to transition to our national show with the Sports Map Radio Network. Don't go anywhere. We got more great reporting. I got an old buddy that's going to be calling in. He was an All-American at ASU, football player, a two-time Super Bowl champion. His name is Gray Rugemer. He's joining us in hour number 2 on the national show. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for starting your Saturday morning off with us here on the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Vince DeLisio. His name is Eitan Ohana. Stick around, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thanks, Aaron. Nice work behind the board for us. We'll be back. Go Varsity. Hey listeners, Vince DeLisio here from the Varsity Sports Show. We are so excited and honored that you start your weekends off with us. Our team is comprised of very talented high school and college students working toward a future in media. We appreciate your support, and any opportunities that we can to promote your teams or businesses will go a long way toward helping us continue supporting our talented team. We are a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization, and we use our platform to not only promote all of the great things happening in the world of sports locally and nationally, but also continue to promote and encourage future broadcasters as they grow in this industry. please consider a tax-deductible donation to the Varsity Media Foundation. To find out more, please email us at info@varsitysportshow.com or check us out on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok at Varsity Sports Show or on Twitter at Varsity Show. Once again, thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now a nationally syndicated program on the SportsMap Radio Network. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.